Welcome everyone to the May PSA General Membership Meeting. As I just mentioned, if you've not done so already, please drop your name, your child's name, and their class number in the chat for attendance. Does anyone on the call, before we get started, need Spanish translation? Anyone? Just feel free. En español, feel free to unmute yourself.
It would be something like necesitas translación en español, something like that.
Okay.
Si alguien que necesita traducción en español, por favor, hable en el chat o por favor, hable en el micrófono para saber y poder traducirle.
Yes, what she said.
Yeah.
Was that you, Destinies?
Yeah.
That's correct.
Thank you so much for jumping in.
Well, if we need it, you're our translator.
You're our go-to. Okay, so without further ado, we're gonna get started. Notice to everyone, all virtual meetings are recorded and they will be shared on the PSA YouTube channel, which can be accessed through this link. The link for the April recording was sent out earlier today, along with the minutes from Ms. Valdez. If anybody has any objections to the minutes, let us know now. Otherwise, they will be adopted as part of our ongoing records. Okay. So we welcome questions, but sometimes there's questions that come up that pertains to a specific situation and a specific child. Those questions are best reserved for the administration. Here are the email links for Principal Perez Hernandez, Assistant Principal Ramirez, and then the parent coordinator, Yesenia Valdez. If you have questions during the meeting, feel free to drop them in the chat and we will answer them as sort of a natural break occurs. If you have questions for the principal after the principal's report, just hold them until she's done. I'm not sure who will be joining us today, but it's usually Ms. Perez Hernandez or maybe Ms. Ramirez. So feel free to ask questions as they come up, again, by dropping them in the chat. Okay, we're definitely met quorum. Here's our agenda for the evening. We have the president's report, which will include an event recap. We'll talk a little bit about the PSA election coming up on Thursday, May 30th. Then our Family Fun Day, which is coming up on Saturday, June 1st, followed by the SLT report, which isn't much of a report because we haven't met since the last meeting. The treasurer's report, Mary Louise is here in person to give us a rundown on fundraising updates and where we are with expenses. Then we have our new business. This is actually kind of a holdover from last month. It's to vote for an ice cream allocation for a school-wide ice cream social. Then followed by the principal's report and the adjournment. So the president's report. First off, so back in April after we met and right before spring break, we had our family game night. It was a fun time when we had trivia, Pictionary, bingo. The bingo room was really popping. There was so many I've never seen more people crammed into the PSA room. Then in the cafeteria, we had chess and checkers, Jenga. Heather, one of the second grade moms, volunteered to run a Pokemon Battle Academy station, which was very popular. You can kind of see them all playing Pokemon in the corner. It was a fun time. Our registration shows that we had 40 families show. So it seemed like a good turnout. And I think everybody had a great time. So thank you so much for all of the volunteers who helped make it possible, all the decorations and setup from our Vice President Yasmin and Yvette and everyone who helped distribute food and run the games. A special thank you to Heather who suggested the idea of Pokemon, which was a good one. And now my son is Pokemon curious. So it was a fun time had by all. Next, just this past weekend on I'm gonna minimize the screen. Just this past weekend on Sunday, May 5th, we had the much talked about PS 376 day out at City Field. We had been selling tickets for the NYCFC, which is New York's professional football club or soccer team for those who live in America. They were playing the Colorado Rapids. It was a very rainy Sunday, but it was a fun time nonetheless. Although Colorado did best the NYCFC 2-0. So, but it was a fun time had by all. Thank you for everyone who came out in the rain and purchased tickets. Mary Louise will be talking a little bit more about the fundraising aspects of this. But we appreciate everyone who bought a ticket, everyone who showed support, even if there were a number of people who helped get the word out about the tickets and our sort of sales efforts. So we appreciate that. Then we had just this past Monday, on Monday, May 6th, we had our teacher appreciation breakfast. We ordered breakfast for the teachers and staff from Saison Perez in Williamsburg. Apparently it's a staff favorite. And so it was eggs, hash browns, pancakes, the works, coffee, all that good stuff. This is the calm after the storm. Like there was a big rush. We literally could not get a picture in because it was everybody trying to get food before they went and got their classes. But it was very appreciated. We heard lots of thank yous all around. And we just want to say thank you to all the teachers who really make this place hum. So we appreciate all the work that they do. Graduation photos and retakes. This is something that we've been trying to get on the books for a while. It was tentatively scheduled for last Friday, or I'm sorry, this Friday, the 9th. But it turns out kindergarten is going to be on a school trip. So we are now shooting for, excuse me, Friday, May 17th, which is next Friday. I'm still waiting on confirmation from administration. The retakes would be for just kindergarten and fifth graders who took kindergarten took stepping up photos, fifth graders took graduation photos. A handful of people have reached out to me saying that they would like a retake. But we will be sending out a survey once the date is confirmed to all kindergarten and fifth grade families. If you have contacted us about your graduation or stepping up photos, like you had some of the 8x10s had like a weird printer line, some photo packages were missing, all that kind of stuff. We did just receive a package from Lifetouch, but we have not had a chance to go through it. But it looks like all of those pictures have at long last come in. There's this whole crazy thing with like the rerouting of the packages because of spring break. So if you're waiting on pictures, just sit tight. Those should hopefully be going out in backpacks tomorrow. Any questions so far? Oh, Nyasha asked the name.
Saison Perez. S-A.
Hold on. Hi, was the cap and gown already done, you're saying, or that's gonna be in the retakes, excuse me, fifth grade graduation cap and gown?
So cap and gown photos were taken on February 28th. But if you want a retake photo, and I know Nyasha, you and I spoke about it, those are hopefully going to be scheduled for next Friday on the 17th. Does that answer your question?
Yes, because my daughter was saying, I'm sorry, I forgot if you had said if they did do cap and gowns when we spoke. And now my 4-year-old is saying, excuse me, every 5 seconds. Hold on a second. What I just wanted to know was, did they already take cap and gown? But she said she didn't. So I'll definitely fill out the survey.
Okay, because cap and gown was taken on February 28th. If she wasn't here, then she wouldn't.
Yeah, she wasn't there.
Yeah,
she
so
wasn't
she'll
there.
have another opportunity to take cap and gown photos on retake day. We just need to like finalize and get that scheduled. So like I said, as soon as we hear back from the administration, we'll get that out to you. I actually have you on my list though, so I'll make sure that you know about it. Any other questions about retakes or photos? Um. Destiny's, so, the school actually, Destiny's is asking about, decorations for, graduation and prom. So the fifth grade, has kind of a parent committee that, handles prom. And then the school does all of the graduation decor and setup. That's kind of something that's handled by the teachers. I'm not sure how many kids are graduating, but I know from picture day, it's about 90 kids between fifth and kindergarten. Or I'm sorry, 180 kids. It's 90 per grade. Okay, so then super important date coming up. Thursday, May 30th, we are going to be having our PSA expedited election. We had talked about this in an earlier meeting about forming an election committee. There weren't any takers, which I understand. It's a kind of a lot of legwork, and it's kind of know where to start. It's hard to know where to start. So we are going to be doing an expedited election, which means all of the nominations are going to be taken at the meeting, and then the voting happens that same day. Because of DOE regulations, it can only happen in person or online. The problem with doing it online only is that you have to anonymize all of the users that log in, and it's a very long, arduous process. And oftentimes it's for nothing because many of the positions are uncontested, and so there's not really an election. The person just accepts the nomination because they are the only one. So it's also nice to see who your representatives are going to be and see them speak in person and just kind of get to know the community. So we have opted for the second year in a row to do an in-person only election that will be Thursday, May 30th at 6 p.m. We will be electing a PSA executive board, president, secretary, and treasurer. Also, those are mandatory positions. You cannot have a functioning PSA if those positions are not filled. We also have the position of vice president and co-secretary, which are non-mandatory positions, but we will still attempt to fill them at that time. Then we will be electing SLT representatives and then a Title I chair and co-chair. Okay, and then hold on. Any questions about the election?
Anybody planning to run?
Yeah, anybody want to throw your hat in the ring? Give us a little preview of what we can look forward to.
Hi, sorry, I will, right? Guys, can you tell me what positions will be open?
I'm sorry, say that again?
What positions will be open?
All of the positions will be open.
Oh, wow.
I have a
Okay,
question.
so
But we
Oh,
have
sorry.
to have a president, secretary, and treasurer to function as an organization. So if we only have 3 interested people, then you know, it has to be those 3 positions. But if there's more interested people, then, you know, it's always good to have more people involved. So there's the vice president and co-secretary positions.
Exactly.
I have a
And we
question.
will not be running. So don't worry about, you won't have any
Yeah.
competition.
Mary Louise and Marion,
Yeah, I know that
Louise and I
already.
will be running the election. And so, yeah, we are like essentially taking ourselves out of the pool of candidates.
But my
We-
question was for the Title
Oh,
I. So you guys need a Title I as well? I don't know if you said that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
oh yeah, there is
Yeah,
a Title I.
and there's a Title I. So it's a Title I chair, and I believe the co-chair, Destiny's, your position ends at the end of this year. Is that correct?
It's probably on mute.
I know sometimes she has to double task during this time.
Yeah, that's me right now. I'm at the supermarket, and that's the reason why I would take a less, responsible position because I know Title I is not really needed much, So more towards the end of the school year. So that's why I was thinking maybe do Title I because I have so many children,
Yeah. All
Well,
of
my
the,
son will be a senior next year as well.
Okay,
I mean, not a senior, sorry, he'd be in 5th grade.
an elementary senior, I got you.
Yeah, yeah.
So Destiny says that she is looking to run for president, which is great news.
Yes.
So all of these, a description of all these positions will be sent out next week. So it'll be emailed and backpacked so everybody can review the sort of criteria and what the job descriptions entail. And then hopefully we'll see everyone at the election on the 30th.
Alrighty, sounds good. I'm just gonna clock out because I'm about to order the cake and stuff. But I look forward to meeting everybody on the 30th. And everybody have a good Mother's Day and good night.
Okay, thank you so much. I think she's.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't stay on. All right, I'll talk later.
But
Good
thank you.
night.
Thanks for joining us.
Good night. No problem.
The SLT representative, that's for 1 year.
It's for 2 years, but I think like Miss Bancroft, like she is going to be, because her daughter's graduating, that position will be open and
Not all.
not all of them, just a couple.
Okay.
You're still in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're still in it. Don't worry. Karen was worried that we were going to kick her off the SLT, but we're not. We're keeping her. So our big year-end carnival is coming up. It's Family Fun Day. We are going to be having it on Saturday, June 1st. It'll be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the PSA schoolyard. It's a completely free event. We're going to have bounce house, games, entertainment, face painting. We have contracted with, what is it? Fun Time Party Rentals. They're the same company we worked with last year. They assured us they're going to send us a brand new cotton candy machine. So we will get lots and lots of cotton candy out of it. We are going to need a lot of volunteers to help ensure that everything runs smoothly, and we will be sending out a volunteer sign-up sheet in the not so distant future. So please stay tuned for that. Here is all that information in Spanish for those who are interested. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know how I made this so big. Okay, oops. Any questions about any Family Fun Day or any of the ground we just covered?
I'm sorry, I just came in. Can you just briefly maybe show the slides or whatever?
Sure. So it was basically just a rundown of our events. So we had family game night, which was well attended and everybody seemed to have a good time. Then we had our day out at City Field just this past weekend. It was rainy and they lost, but it was a good time. Mary Louise will be talking more about the fundraising aspects of the event. Then we had our teacher appreciation breakfast on Monday, May 6th. Graduation photos and retakes will be for 5th and kindergartners only, and we are still trying to get a date for that. We're hoping for next Friday, the 17th. A survey will be sent out to all families in those 2 grades, kindergarten and 5th, to sort of gauge how much interest there is in a retake and or makeup photo. The PSA expedited election is Thursday, May 30th. It's in person only. All nominations will be taken at the meeting and the elections will happen that same night. All positions are open. We need a full executive board, president, secretary, treasurer. And then once those are filled, we can possibly add a vice president and co-secretary. We'll also need a couple of SLT representatives and then a Title I chairperson and possibly a co-chair.
There's something in the chat.
Oh.
The possible co-chair is not a possibility. There actually has to be a co-chair, okay, Casey?
That's what I wanted. I asked you, Destinies, and I don't think you heard me. You took over for Nyasha, correct? So your term
I took
ends
my
this year.
term, I believe. Well, I didn't really take over. I think I just became co-chair for Stacey Johnson, right? So every year there must be an election. So
Well-
every year that chair as well would change. Got it? I don't know what the bylaws would
Leaving the
state
school Also.
for the
Stacy is
Title
leaving,
One.
so Stacy is leaving, so we definitely need a chairperson, and then I believe that you took the
I
co-chairperson
took
was,
over the co-chair, yes.
right, so then I believe your term is up, so we need
My
both.
term would be up as well.
Yeah, so we need both a chairperson and
Yes, Title
a
One.
co-chair.
In
Yeah, we need
answer,
both
will
chairs.
there be popcorn? It's a bit of a controversy, the popcorn, because we were told you can't have it because it's a choking hazard or something, like there's some rule with the DOE, you're not supposed to have popcorn. However, I did see some popcorn being sold at Annie, so I don't, but we were not planning on having popcorn at the carnival. We are going to have snow cones and we'll have chips and things like that. Maybe some pirates booty, but we're trying to adhere to the rules, so.
The pirates,
Pirates booty,
that's those little soft
Like
melt in your mouth.
the
thing.
foam, they're like foam.
Yeah.
Like packing peanuts.
They're like baby
delicious.
safe. So then we have our Family Fun Day, which is Saturday, June 1st. It'll be in the schoolyard, completely free event. And then I think that catches everybody up, who's joined a little bit late. The SLT report, there's nothing really to report since last month because our meeting doesn't take place until next Monday. So nothing since April. And then here's Mary Louise in person to talk about all things money.
Hello. Sorry. Just bumping things. So here's our budget report. Currently our bank balance is $4,551.33. We have $273.30 in petty cash, and we still have $523.76 in our open collective account, which is going to be going away. More on that in a few. And then leaving us with a subtotal of $5,648.39. However, we do have that graduation picture refund money that's stayed in our account. I think we have like 1 or 2 more years and then we will absorb it, but that means we only have $4,321.05 available to spend. More on just where the money went this past month. So we purchased some game night supplies. We made I still have to do like the breakdown, but we made about, I don't know, we got about $600 from the dance for that. Wasn't, now that's not net, that's right, net is with the money, with the, which I always get the mix up.
Gross is everything.
Is everything. Gross is everything. Net is the profit.
Yeah.
Yes. Net, that's not net. So, you know, we would have to deduct our expenses, but then Amazon, we bought, all this is just like game night stuff, concessions. And then we also purchased some things for a teacher appreciation breakfast. We spent $420 on, it ended up being about $500.86 for everything, which we had budgeted $600. So we came in under budget, which is great. And then I recently paid for the bouncy houses that we'll have at the carnival. So that came out of the account already too.
And that includes all the snow cones.
That's snow cones, that's cotton candy, 2 bouncy houses, and 2 like kind of carnival games.
And delivery and all that.
And delivery, and they come and blow it up and all that good stuff. It's everything. So this is just what's come in and out of our petty cash. Nothing that exciting. So fundraisers. So we haven't gotten any of these checks yet, so I couldn't count it as part of our full total, but Pop and Popcorn did really well. And we want to thank our top participants here, especially Tiffany and Aiden, because Tiffany really brought it home. I don't remember exactly how much, but it was probably about half
half the sales. Then Kaori and Cayenne were our top three. And they got a special prize for being in the top sellers. So for profit, we made $4,051 just from the sale, and then someone did donate $125 cash. So we're including that as part of the Pop and Popcorn fundraiser. So we made $4,176, which will be coming in soon. And then graduation pictures, we haven't gotten the check yet, but they did let us know we'll be making $807.76 from that. And then for our soccer game, so far we've made $150, but we have 20 tickets that we pre-ordered, and we're not able to sell those for the last game. So they did tell me that they would move those tickets to another game. So if you're interested in seeing another soccer game, let me know which one, and maybe we can get it to be that game. And you'd like to buy tickets, the tickets will still be $30. Basically, we pre-bought 75 tickets. So we kind of, we had to pay for the tickets for that. So when we sold 50 tickets, we made $10 on each ticket. So when we sold 50 tickets, that covers the cost of the 75 tickets. Now everything we sell on top of that is the gravy. So we sold 55 tickets, and we need to sell 20 more to get the full $750 profit that we were hoping for. Yeah, and that's it. And I'll have I haven't had time to put together the official fundraiser reports, but I'm going to do that this weekend. So I'll have them for next meeting. That's it. Anybody have any questions? What?
Yeah, we broke even.
We didn't break even. We actually made $150. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. What about a basketball one? Oh, well, maybe for next year. We're not putting together any more fundraisers at this point. I mean, we only have a month and a half left to the school year, so.
We also took a poll at the beginning of the year, and we looked at basketball, we looked at both the Liberty and the Nets, and as well as the Harlem Globetrotters, and Ringling Brothers. And then we also talked about the NYCFC, and the NYCFC was the overwhelming fan favorite. And even so, it's been a real struggle to sell the tickets.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to piggyback on what you said, that you guys try to organize for the soccer. I think what the problem is that the ticket sales, the price is
It's a lot.
pricey. It's a
Yeah.
yeah.
lot to try to make off of it, and I don't know where the fan fave came from, maybe because the school has a soccer program, but he also takes them to soccer games.
Right.
It was really just in our meeting that the
Oh.
most parent sort of interest seemed to be around soccer. Also, the soccer price point is even at the $30, that's what we're making. The wholesale price for anything from at the Barclays Center started at $30.
Yeah,
So
that's
then
the
we have to,
problem.
yeah, so that's the Nets, the Circus, the Liberty, even the Liberty tickets, which we were sort of expecting to be a little bit less expensive, a little bit less expensive. And the tickets, I think you actually mentioned it, the Barclays Center is so steep.
It is.
The tickets
Ugh.
are so high,
Yeah, no, I went there once and never again.
Never.
It is scary. I don't, if you couldn't hear what Casey was saying, we did look into basketball games, but the tickets were even more expensive than the soccer games. And, when we voted the soccer one, I think we had, it was Cinco de Mayo. So I think some people had plans because of that. That Saturday game was the only one that was during the day. So most of the games are at night. So that wasn't the reason why we chose that game. So to answer your question, Nyasha, they do games, I believe, on other days, but they will be at night. So it's not quite as kid friendly. And I don't understand soccer either, Denise, other than you kick the ball back and forth across the field and into the net. That's all I know. I know that you can get nachos and fun adult beverages at soccer games, and that's more my speed. So
And then you got the Cyclone Stadium right there too, so that's another option next year.
which one is Cyclones?
That's the one over by Coney
Is that
Island.
soccer?
No,
No, but
that's
baseball.
minor
Oh,
league
baseball, baseball. Oh, yeah. Is that Coney Island?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Those are actually cheaper tickets.
They're
Yeah,
really
they are,
Yeah.
and they're more family friendly.
But the season's mostly the summer, so we'd have to be really on it in
That's
the
true.
fall if we wanted to like get a game. But anyhow,
Anyway,
I think, do you wanna,
Mariah had her hand
oh,
raised.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yeah.
Hi. I just want to say, I know that the soccer game didn't really turn out the way you guys wanted to, but I really appreciate the way that this school always tries to build fundraisers around like community events and getting everyone involved. So I just feel like it was a good try. Maybe we can tweak it for next time, but I'm feeling like everyone's feeling a little let down, but I appreciate that you all tried. And you know, we'll figure it out. But I love that it's always about getting people together. That feels really meaningful to me as part of the school.
Thank you. And, you know, and that is something that was important to us is like, you know, it's not just about making money. I mean, we do have to have money to put on little events and stuff, but we do try to make it more of like community building versus just fundraising, you know? And I was going to say, I'm sorry you were not able to access your tickets. I am going to write to our rep and see if, like maybe he could transfer your tickets to another game. So if you want to let me know if you want to go to a different game, maybe we can do that.
For sure. We'll try again for next time.
Okay. All right. Okay. And that's it. Does anybody have any questions about fundraisers or finances? Oh, the other thing, teacher wish lists. We're getting the money from Open Collective, and we are going to use that to purchase Miss Velasquez's drying rack for her classroom. And we, you know, last time we voted to increase the amount that we have to spend to, I think it was $3,000 and some change. So I will be making those purchases this weekend. It's taken a little bit to get the list together. But we will be getting that within the next couple weeks. So I know it's the end of the year, but better late than never. And the things that we're purchasing are things that we know that the teachers will be able to use over and over and over into next year. So
oh, yay.
ice cream, yes, we got that information, and do we have to
It's on
vote?
the next slide.
Yeah, we have to vote.
Your timing is perfect, Tiffany.
Great segue. Oh.
So I'm gonna. Okay, yes, so, last, month, when we had our big, like, what are we doing with our money, and like, these are the expenses we have, Tiffany, or, I believe it was Tiffany, brought up that, it would be nice if we brought back the school-wide ice cream social, where basically the PSA, as just like a fun June treat, buys ice cream for the whole school. I asked to table the vote for this meeting because I didn't want to vote on it blind. The prices did go up. I spoke with Miss Badillo. She said that they use Marina ice cream, which is like a, you know, it's an ice cream company. So they bring all the ice cream to the school in like an ice cream, like a frozen ice cream truck. So you don't have any product loss, like we would if we were trying to get the stuff from Costco or Walmart or BJ's or whatever. So, and then I've double checked that there is freezer space within the school. So there was just a little bit of logistics I wanted to make sure before we committed ourselves to the purchase. I spoke with the Marina rep today, and he said that he would do $20 per box of 24 treats. Basically all the treats that they offer are that price. So last time it was like vanilla ice cream sandwiches, and then there was like a blue rocket pop or something that was, I think it was like some type of popsicle thing. There's a number of treats to pick from. All of them are $20 a box. That's a discounted rate off of their regular price of $22 a box, because, you know, we're good repeat customers, I guess. And then so based on what was ordered last time, our total cost for a school-wide ice cream social would be $480. is this something, we can go back to the numbers, but we have the money to spend.
Yeah.
So if this is something that we want to vote on it, like if we feel like this would be a nice treat for the kids, we can put it to a vote. Or we can open the floor for discussion.
I say yes, let's vote on it.
Okay, I second that.
Sorry, Karen had one question. What was your question, Karen?
You know, I'm like, they don't have ices, like, ices is a favorite, like, what is this?
Ices? What do you mean ices?
Like, they only sell ice cream, they don't have.
No,
ices?
they have,
popsicles.
they have like pops,
Oh.
like all the ice cream novelty stuff.
Yeah, you can, and yeah, Tiffany actually, when we did it before, we sent a survey around to the classroom and each kid picked which, we gave them like 4 or 5 things they could choose from. And then
They don't have the character ones, I'm assuming, cause that's
I don't know.
trademark.
I'd have to look. I mean, they might have like a the
Spider-Man.
generic Mickey Mouse, you know, like a mouse,
I don't know,
Mikey Mouse.
long story short, there is a variety of options, and as Mary Louise was saying that, when this was done in 2022, a survey was sent to all of the classes, and so kids could sort of like pick, so, yeah, ice cream sandwich, and that was the exact same conversation I had, today with the guy. So if there is a motion on the floor, anyone?
I motion it.
Okay, and, a second?
I second it.
Okay, great. So that was Destiny's that made the motion and it was seconded by Tiffany Cortez. So I'm just going to switch here to the poll. Okay, and I'm going to launch the poll for everyone online. Oh, sorry, Why is this? What am I doing wrong? I don't see the launch button.
Oh, you're still editing. Go save it over in the right-hand corner.
Oh.
Okay, and then I think you want it from there. Oh, no, save. Go to like the dots. No. Oh, do you?
Oh, do I have to go to
Yeah,
meetings? Okay,
sorry.
sorry. No,
What in the world?
why? Here,
Not launched.
it says not launched.
Yeah, go to the meeting details.
Hold on, I'm going to stop the share for 1 second.
We've done this before, we swear. I don't know.
I thought I was really ahead of things because I had the poll all
Go
done.
to the details at the top. At the top. Yeah. Go down, all the way down. No.
Am I not in our current meeting? Okay.
Do you assign it to? a
Oh, there we
meeting?
go.
No.
No,
It's still
I,
the same thing. Not launched.
why is this not launching?
No, this is just the edit, so save it. I feel like it's somewhere else. Click on surveys.
I was on surveys.
That's the same thing. Okay, go to,
If anybody is a Zoom expert and they know what I'm doing wrong, please feel free to chime in.
we've done this before, I don't understand.
Yeah, all of a
Wait, what are
sudden,
you doing wrong, Casey?
I'm having a hard time. This is my survey and I'm not finding
I
the
can't
launch
see it,
button.
you're not sharing.
Hold on, let me share the screen again.
Are you the host?
Yeah.
I'm the host.
Is it in
Okay.
Zoom? No, because it's.
Check on the tab on the screen
Is it
and
here?
move the thing to
Oh.
the side to see participants chat. It should give you the option to the survey to launch it. Got it?
Okay, hold on.
Polls and quizzes. Polls and quizzes. There it is.
Great.
There it is. I knew it was like somewhere weird.
Okay, so now I'm launching the poll. So the question is the statement is, and then you select agree, disagree, or decline to answer. So the PSA shall allocate $480 for school-wide ice cream social to be held in June. Okay, and here we go, launching the poll. And while that's happening, we'll vote in person. All in favor? Raise your hand
Okay.
for the kids. So it is unanimous in person with 3 voting in favor of it.
To go for a minute. Oh, wait, there's only 8 respondents.
There's 8 respondents, but I have,
8 of 13.
does anyone else, you can also enter decline to answer if for some reason you want to participate, but you don't want to disagree. Okay,
You always launch the poll again.
okay, so that was 1 minute, so we're going to end the poll with 8 of 13 online agreeing to the allocation and 3 of 3 in person agreeing to the allocation. So the the motion passes with a vote of 11 in favor. Okay, we'll go back to our, oh, yep, and sharing the results. Obviously, these are just the online results. And then we're going to go back to our meeting. And that takes us through all of our current business. So I think Ms. Perez Hernandez, are you here? Did I see you?
Yes.
Great.
here.
So I'm going to the principal's report. I think I lost your principal report thing, but your first slide, but here you go.
That's quite all right. So first, I just want to congratulate everyone responsible for putting on such an amazing musical theater production, our first in a very long time, of Annie, Mr. Pruitt and his theater club, Ms. Rodriguez and the dance club, and Ms. Velasquez and the art club that really did an amazing job with the setting and the ambiance. And then, of course, I mean, thanking all of our parent volunteers that really helped bring everything together with the lighting and, you know, the additional work with audio, given the fact that we're a little handicapped in that area. But really, everybody kind of came together to just really create a very professional as we could, moment for the students, and they shined. I mean, it was absolutely incredible. They did such an amazing job. They really put their blood, sweat, and tears into it, and spent a lot of time rehearsing and perfecting their performances. So we're super proud of everyone and just really thankful of all the help that we received to make this moment possible for the students. So congratulations to everyone. And along that note, continuing with the accolades, May is a full calendar with a lot of student enrichment recognition and celebrations. I just attended this Saturday our actually it's the city's 2nd annual Minecraft Battle of the Boroughs competition, and we had, once again, it's the 2nd year in a row, a team that was selected to compete. They have to first submit a project. Across the city, projects are submitted, and we had a winning submission. So the students participated in an live Minecraft battle. They did an amazing job, super proud of them. And we also will be later on in June attending the citywide Minecraft Battle of the Boroughs for game coders. And we have an actual game submission that was selected to present citywide. That location hasn't been determined yet, but we're really looking forward to it. Upcoming this month, we have multiple arts festivals that our students have been selected to showcase in. May 15th, we have our annual Brooklyn Borough Performing Arts Festival. And our Annie performers were selected out of all of the applicants, or out of many of the applicants, to showcase and present at the festival. So they will be heading over to Brooklyn College and sharing their talents with the city and the borough of Brooklyn. Then we also have on the 21st, the Brooklyn Borough Visual Arts Festival. And we have Arlo Bear, I think, will be our student that will be showcased at that event, and it's at the Brooklyn Children's Museum, and through his work with Ms. Velasquez. And then June 18th, we have the PS Art Festival that will be held at the Met, and our student submission that made that event was by Annika in 5504. So we have a packed agenda of a lot of celebrations, but we're super proud of our students. And I mean, that's amazing. We've pretty much had a submission for every single arts festival scheduled for the end of the school year. And in addition to that, the STEAM one with Minecraft. So we're super proud of our students, and we definitely want to celebrate them and encourage them. So kudos to them. They're really doing amazing work. And also to our enrichment teachers, because without Ms. Velasquez, Ms. Rodriguez, Mr. Pruitt, and Ms. Levels and Ms. Salchley, because I think our students will also be presenting at a climate forum on May 22nd, virtually. You know, they really go above and beyond to make these opportunities possible, and even taking from their personal time to make sure that our students are represented and have facilitators at these events. So we just really applaud them. This being Teacher Appreciation Week, we want to make sure that they know how appreciated they are and how valuable they are to our school community, and really the impact that they make on our children. So we're super grateful to all of them. And just some upcoming parent events. Tomorrow is CS Friday for grades K through 2. We encourage any parents with children in K to 2 to please join us as our students in grades K through 2 engage in computer science. We also will be having a Brighter Bites distribution tomorrow. Chobani will be on site with some goodies for anyone who comes to pick up a bag. As Ms. Fisher-Bear stated, Monday, May 13th will be our May SLT meeting. We will continue to work on developing our CEP goals for the upcoming school year and looking at some data to help us develop those goals and action plans. By popular demand, CrossFit, the extended CrossFit, was supposed to come to a close last Wednesday. However, parents have really requested that we continue with the CrossFit session. So there will be, I believe, 2 more CrossFit sessions, the 15th and the 22nd. So Ms. Yesenia will get those flyers out tomorrow. So please, if you haven't joined us for the other sessions, do not let that deter you. You're more than welcome to come and join us for the final 2 sessions led by Mr. Andin. We just want to remind everyone that though we would love to be out of testing season, we are not quite done yet. We still have the New York State Science written exam, as well as the practicum that 3 through 5 are engaging in, but the written exam is a fifth grade exam. And the window for that is May 15th is the actual date, and the 16th and the 17th are makeup days in case the student is absent. We have a parent sewing workshop that will be held on May 15th as well. Our career day, our third annual career day, will take place May 22nd. We do have guests that have already been confirmed for the event. However, the more the merrier. So if anyone would like to present their career, their job, or know of anyone who may, Ms. Valley is the point person for the Career Day Expo. So please, reach out to her. We would love to have as many people from our community and our parent community come and present to students their careers. And then, of course, we have the 3 through 5 CS Friday taking place May 24th, along with another Brighter Bites distribution date. And on May 30th, we're closing out the month of May with a painting with a twist parent workshop. And that's kind of in celebration of Father's Day. And it's a parent and child workshop. And that will actually be led by our amazing custodian, Mark Garcia, who is who's an artist and has done a lot of the mural work. It really has done all the mural work in our school and in the Bushwick community. You can see his work on buildings across our community. So, and he is also a local shop owner. He owns the tattoo parlor across the street from us. So we're really excited about that. And then in June, of course, we'll continue to have our CS Fridays for K to 2 and 3 to 5. We are adding math workshop and reading workshops, and it is our annual STEAM Expo that we're really excited about, and our students are getting their projects finalized for. So there will be a parent evening session for the STEAM Expo so that we can invite in as many parents as possible to see their students or their children present their projects.
Is there a date for that yet? Like
For the
do you know
STEAM Expo,
Yeah.
there is, hold on 1 second, let me just look at the calendar. It is the 4th, June 4th.
Thank you. So there is some chatter in the there are 3 participants with their hands raised. Hold on just a second. Where did my toolbar go? If you have your hand raised, do you want to go ahead and unmute yourself?
Yeah, this is Natasha here. Hi, Principal Perez. First of all, I just wanted to congratulate you, the staff, the parents, and everyone who has volunteered, participated. I think the participation activity this year is so huge, and as you could see from the list of events, even the teachers, Mr. Anden, Mr. Oh gosh, Annie, forgive me, Annie, and Mr. Pruitt, just all of the great stuff. My only question is more of a side question, and here comes my 4-year-old. Is hold on. Is okay, somebody come in and ask. I have to, let me just see what's going on. Sorry.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. And my name is Esmes Rodriguez. So my question will be to Miss Natalie Perez, right? Miss Natalie, I come from a school with this PS 399 where I used to chat and mingle with the principal, and basically it was like a third platform where we used to speak to the principal and just basically like catch up on the events on the school. So my question to you would be, were you willing to mingle and chat with the parents on a monthly basis?
Yeah, we can definitely put in. I think this year we tried to do like a chat with the principal. It was going to be more quarterly because we had so many events on the calendar. But I think in preparing in advance for next year, I think that's something that a more informal one that we could like build in on a monthly basis. That was our goal, was to scale up and gauge like what participation was like. But that's, yes, our goal, to kind of like have one on a monthly basis. And maybe we can like alternate, because some people it's more convenient for them to come in the mornings. Some people more so the evening. So like maybe alternating month to month, like 1 month a morning, 1 month an evening, so that different work schedules have the opportunity to participate.
So I love that idea, right? And the reason why I asked is because I think it's highly important that we listen to the principal on the events that are happening in the school. As for, I feel the principal is highly important, and the events that are happening in the school and the workshops that are being given to the parents, like they're highly promoted during that time in the chat and mingle. And we get to know really and ask the personal questions that we would like to ask instead of using it during the PTA time, CEC time. That way, less complaints, right? The more the merrier and the faster the better. But I love the idea, and guys, the reason why I asked is because I come from a different school, right? Which would be PS 299, where my principal would chat and mingle with us on a monthly basis and tell us about iReady and certain things that were happening in the school that we did not know on a monthly basis. And I thought it was a great idea because we had different platforms. Not only did we have the CEC, we had the PTA, and we also had the chat and mingle with the principal. So I felt like there were 3 platforms, and parents, there was no excuse why you did not know what was transpiring and happening in the school after we had 3 platforms. Thank you, Ms. Natalie, for telling us that we might be working on this next year.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing that I will also share, like in terms of just platform and accessibility to information, we did finally get our outdoor bulletin boards in and mounted. So we're setting them up so that parents can stop at each of the exits and have accessibility to any flyers that have gone home, in the event that it hasn't come home in the book bag, or you haven't been able to get the email or the text message. That'll now be another opportunity to like have access to the information that goes home.
Ms. Perez, we have a question from Karen Garay in person here. You want to?
Hi, I just wanted to know, do you know what time the sewing workshop is gonna be? Because I was waiting for that, the parent sewing workshop.
I don't know if you could hear that. She's asking about the time of the parent sewing workshop. Do you know when that'll be next
Yes,
week?
it's going to be an evening workshop. Let me get the flyer here in the office and give you the actual time, but I think it's like 5:30.
5:30.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm back and my 4-year-old is out the room. When Miss Perez comes back, I guess I can ask her if she's not hearing me.
Yes, it's 5:30. That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nyasha, do you want to go ahead and ask your question?
Yeah, after all of those wonderful compliments, I too wanted to just chime in about the communication and say that I think it has increased immensely this year. And so I just want to also give kudos to the principal and everybody else who's been a part, the parent coordinator. And then now my question is more of about next year's wait list and just finding out more details on when would that list be moving. I know that we're in the process, all the kids who are, our parents are accepting their children in kindergarten, but I haven't heard about when the wait list kids will be moving. And I have a child that's coming in kindergarten, and I'd like to know a date because I got another school, but I don't want to accept that school. I want to accept 376. So I just wanted to know if you had any idea of a date when the wait list would move for accepting kids in kindergarten?
So we are in the process of registration. We have to accept and place all students that are zoned to us first before we could go through the wait list, through families that are on the wait list. We are in the process. We have already started registration. So I would say by the end of May, we should be up to being able to make offers to waitlist students. We do have to give parents that are zoned to us time to, communicate back and let us know whether or not they are accepting a seat or if they are not accepting a seat at our school. And that is what opens up seats for the wait list. This year, the challenge is a little bit more around like the new reduced class size. So because of that, we have to make sure, like we don't necessarily have the room that we have had in previous years for waitlist students, right? Because now the class size has been reduced from 25 in kindergarten to 20. So we have to make sure, yeah, that's a
I just,
big factor.
yeah,
Yeah. So we have to make sure that we offer those seats and that we hold the seats for a period of time for those that are zoned to us. But we
right.
are going to be making our way through to the wait list for anyone that we do have a seat, available for. And we do know Miss Roden, we know you're on our list. So
Okay.
you have not been forgotten. Trust me, anyone who is a member
yeah.
of our school community, we know that you're on that wait list.
And you know what? You brought up a great point about in zone because we're out of zone. So you're absolutely right. Because we got an in zone for our zone. And that's why I was just calling because I want to wait on you guys, But we have a good seat. So I'm hoping for the best. Thank you so much. And I think it's great, Ms. Perez. You've been listening to the parents and what we've been asking for with the enrichment, teachers getting them more engaged and more involved. And so kudos to you and your team because I really think you guys have been listening to the parents really well. So thank you. I'm going to mute.
Thank you.
In the chat, there's a question from Daisy Delgado about iPads, and I think this is sort of a good sort of general question because I think, especially by this time of the year, some of those iPads are a little sluggish and like looking worse for wear. Is there sort of a maintenance protocol for school provided technology?
So when there's an issue with the iPad, whether it's storage, login, accessibility, or, if they've been damaged and need to be fixed, the rule of thumb is to bring it into the school, let like Ms. Amador, one of our administrative assistants know, and then we turn it over to Mr. Islas. Depending on what the issue is with the iPad and whether or not there's warranty on the device, will determine whether if it's something that he can fix, he typically does it like right away. But some things he does have to send them out back to the DOE to be repaired. And that, unfortunately, we don't really have a time frame for. Once we send it out to be serviced, we just have to wait until they return it back to us. If it's something around storage that he can fix, like I said, we try to take care of it in-house. So it really depends on the device and what the specific issue is regarding that device. But the protocol is to bring it in, let us know, and then it gets into his hands. And then as the SPOC, he makes the decision where it goes next. And I know it's a challenge once it leaves us because we really have no control over how quickly the DOE makes those repairs.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Because I know he just got this iPad not too long ago. It took like 2 months to get it back. But he told me him and his friends, they always say like storage is full and they have to click like okay for like 10, 15 apps. So I know it's not the school's fault. So I was just asking like, is there something you guys can do? But yeah, that
And
was
the
just
DOE,
it.
and it's even on our administrative devices, there have been a lot of restrictions and for for good reason, right? For privacy protection, for cybersecurity protection, a lot of apps and devices that were very easy for us to access before. Now there are new restrictions on it. And sometimes when the devices update, it locks you out of certain devices. So it is tricky, but we know that it's something that we're all confronting. So please, don't be hesitant to send it back. Even if you've sent it to us previously and you need it to be looked at, just let us know because, Mr. Eastless does service them and he does maintain them.
Okay, thank you so much.
If there are no other questions for Ms. Perez Hernandez, Destiny, do you want to do a quick plug for the Title I meeting?
I had a quick question
Oh,
just
quick
about
question.
the sewing thing. What date was that? And if the parent coordinator could send out the flyer, because I never saw that.
It's Wednesday, May 15th. It's right here on this slide.
Can she send out a new flyer or something?
Sure. I'll email her right now, Ms. Cortez.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Oh, wait, Miss Perez, did Miss Amador tell you about the little mouse situation in Aiden's class?
No.
Yeah, there's a little creature going around. I told her to let you know. She said she'll let you know.
She probably would tell me in the morning, but that's even better because I'll email
But that
Ms.
was last week I told her. Maybe she got busy, I don't know. But
So I'll also email Mr.
she
Fitzpatrick
said that there's
now.
like a hole in the wall or something that it keeps going in and out of. I don't know. But
Yep.
yeah, thanks.
That's good to know. I'll email Mr. Fitzpatrick now so that they take care of that over the weekend.
Okay, thank you.
So Destiny's put it in the chat. I don't know if Destiny's, you're still with us, if you want to plug the Title I meeting, but
Yes,
there.
I'm
Okay.
still with you. So
Okay,
the only
great.
update for the Title I pack is that the order for the Eclipse classes didn't make it into the vendor in time, so we didn't get the Eclipse classes. Now we have $600 in credit. We have Zoom meeting scheduled for 7 p.m. Wednesday, May 17th, at which time we will take a vote. If we have a quorum on what we can purchase with the vendor.
So just sort of,
La única actualización para el pacto del título 1 es que el pido de las gafas eclipsas no llegaron a provendo al tiempo, por lo que obtuvimos las gafas eclipsos. Ahora tenemos un crédito de $600. Tenemos una reunión de Zoom programada para las 7 p.m. del miércoles 17 de mayo. Momentos en el que volvemos si tenemos quórum sobre lo que podemos comprar al proveedor. So basically, guys, we were going to order the Eclipse glasses. I'm very grateful as for my teacher ordered the glasses, but we weren't able to order the glasses on time. Therefore, Title I has a credit of $600, and on the 17th at 7 p.m. we will host a meeting and what we can vote for the $600. So hopefully everyone at this meeting can make it. Vamos a tener un meeting el día 17, el viernes a las 7. Ven ahí para votar $600 en crédito que vamos a tener para votar el título 1. Thank you, Casey.
Ms. Rodriguez, is that an in-person vote or is that
From my understanding, it could be virtually or it could be in Zoom. Stacey has not really told me, so I would not know. From my understanding, all votes must be in person for Title I. So, para mí entender, lo que yo sé como presidenta del CSC es que todos los votos de título 1 tienen que ser en persona. So, vamos a tener una reunión el día 17 a las 7 p.m. para el crédito de los $600, pero todo el mundo tiene que estar en persona para poder votar.
Okay, thank you. And I'm assuming that the Zoom link for that will be going out sometime next week?
I'm assuming so, as for I am the co-chair president, so I wouldn't really know. I would have to wait for Stacey to respond.
Okay.
So when
Well, thank
Stacey
you for the
responds, I
update.
can give you that information. Thank you so much, Casey, for giving me the time to speak.
Okay, so that brings us to, if there are no other questions, that brings us to the end. So this is just a few reminders. We have our fundraising meeting. We're nearly to the end. This fundraising meeting will mostly be about kind of details around a family fun day and possibly how to strategize our ice cream order, but it should be sort of a light fun meeting. So please join us on Zoom at 6:00 p.m. on Tuesday, May 14th. Then, as discussed, is the expedited election on Thursday, May 30th. It's 6:00 in person only. So the officer descriptions will be going out sometime next week. Hopefully, someone like multiple people. I know Destinice has already sort of raised her hand to get involved. Not that she isn't already. But we need a fully functioning board so that we can continue our good works next year. So please consider running for office. Last year was my first year. It's been a great experience. But now my kid is going to be in full-time school, both of them. So it's going to be kind of a personal rebuilding year. But otherwise, it's been like, I feel pretty good about all the work that we've accomplished as a parent body. And I recommend it. Mary Louise?
Yeah, the more the merrier. The more hands there are, the easier it is on the people carrying the weight, So, if you can run, like, do it. And, it is gratifying. And so
Yeah.
it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie, but it is gratifying, and it's great to see, like, the kids enjoying themselves and the families coming into the school and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Many hands make light work.
Yes, exactly.
So for Family Fun Day, it's Saturday, June 1st, from 10 to 1. We will be setting up probably starting around 8 a.m. We will need volunteers to work the event as well as set up and clean up. Cleanup is always very quick, even if it is a little dirty. And we will be sending out one of the loam.
Yeah. Survey.
It's a volunteer survey, so you can sign up online. That should be also emailed probably next week, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the general membership meeting, the last one of the year, Thursday, June 13th, 6:00. Please come. Hopefully you'll be able to meet the new board, and we'll just kind of recap everything from that we've accomplished this year.
I did also want to add, on June 14th is the day that we'll be providing a breakfast to the 5th grade graduates, and then the lunch to the kindergartners. I am not going to be able to be here to help out with distribution. So if you are somebody who could, we'd love to have a kindergarten or a 5th grade parent, because it'll be going to your kid.
And it's fun to see like your kid with their classmates kind of having like a fun, good time. So
yeah. So let us know if you can help out. You could just email us. Our email address, by the way, has been down for the last couple days. So if you have emailed us, we didn't get it. So it's back. It's psa@ps376.com. We did find out next year we will have to use the formal school email. So that's something the future board will have to handle. But for now, we still got our email.
hooray.
And it's easy to remember. So email us if you need anything.
Okay, I see a couple of Destiny's, you said date and time for the
It's June 14th. And in the morning, and then again it's like all pretty much morning. Really, they eat early lunch too.
Yeah, I think that kindergarten lunchtime is like 10:30 or something. So
so it'd be
they're
like
morning happy meals. They're like breakfast happy
Yeah.
meals. But yeah, we'll send out a reminder. And again, if you're interested in helping out and being even further involved, please come to the fundraising meeting on Tuesday. If there is nothing else, that concludes tonight's meeting. Thank you so much for coming. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to email us at our nice, easy to remember email, psa@ps376.com.
while we have it.
While we have it. Okay, thanks everybody. Have a good night.
Go to the chat one more time before you leave. Want to see what.
Thank you. Good night.
Scroll down. Oh, there we go. Oh,
Okay,
it's just
great.
good night.
Okay.
Oh,